The movie begins with a couple who are tourists. The girl's name is Hyder, and she had come to Australia with her travel group. However, since she and her partner overslept, their group left without them. Taking advantage of the situation, they decide to visit the beach to experience a shark cage dive, where people are locked in a cage and lowered into the ocean to see sharks up close. They meet a man named Tucker, who runs the experience called Tucker's Shark Experience. Although Tucker wasn't around at first, one of his co-workers tells them that Tucker is taking a break and won't be able to take them out. But suddenly, Tucker himself appears, cheerful and energetic, insisting that he'll personally take them on the dive. As they sail out into the ocean, Tucker shares that he survived a shark attack when he was a child. He even shows them the scars on his body, explaining that since that day, he has felt a strange connection to sharks. Hyder tells him that his job must be difficult, knowing that he was once attacked by the same creatures he now works around. Tucker replies that it wasn't the shark's fault. Soon after, he throws blood into the water and lowers the couple into the cage. Dozens of sharks surround them, and the couple enjoys the thrilling, up-close view. They feel relieved, knowing that sharks usually don't attack unless provoked. Laughing happily, they thank Tucker and prepare to leave. But Tucker suddenly reveals his true nature. He stabs Hyder's boyfriend in the neck and throws him back into the water. Hyder screams for help, but there's no one around to hear her in the middle of the ocean. Tucker then gives her a sinister smile as the scene cuts. The story now shifts to an American girl named Zephyr, the main character of the film. She loves surfing and is seen riding waves with skill and confidence. Later, she stops at a gas station where she meets a man named Bird who turns out to be a travel agent. His car won't start, so he asks Zephyr for help. Zephyr, who prefers to stay away from people, initially refuses, but Bird's persistence softens her, and she offers him a lift in her van. During the ride, they talk and quickly become friends, bonding over their shared love of surfing. They decide to spend more time together, parking the van near Zephyr's house and enjoying each other's company. One day, Zephyr's friend throws away her surfboard fin, which upsets her. Bird, however, feels serious about their relationship and confesses that he believes they met for a reason. But Zephyr doesn't like staying in one place for long. She's free-spirited and restless. While Bird goes inside to prepare dinner, Zephyr takes her van and she heads straight to the beach to surf again, but realizes she can't find a surfboard fin. Searching around, she spots a truck nearby. It's Tucker's. He offers her a fin, but as they talk, Tucker subtly begins to pry into her life, asking if she's alone or with someone. Zephyr, feeling uncomfortable, doesn't answer. Tucker grows frustrated and drives away. Moments later, Zephyr receives a message from Bird saying he wants to meet again. She almost agrees, but decides not to. A choice that turns out to be her biggest mistake. Suddenly, Tucker appears from behind, grabs her, and knocks her unconscious. He puts her in his truck and drives off toward the sea. After a long drive, he places her on a boat and sails out. The next morning, Bird arrives at the beach, searching for Zephyr. He finds her van still parked there, and when he calls her number, the ringtone comes from inside the van. Tucker had tricked everyone, thought Zephyr had drowned and died. But when she regained consciousness, she found herself in a small room under the boat. Her mouth was taped shut, and her hands were tied to the bed. On the bed next to hers lay Hyder, completely still, not understanding what was happening. Zephyr started screaming loudly, but there was no one to hear her in the middle of the sea, and Hyder told her that too. To unlock the handcuffs, Zephyr began searching for something useful, something like a hairpin or any sharp object, but there was nothing around. Then Zephyr's eyes fell on the wall in front of her, where a girl's name was written. Seeing that, she froze for a moment. Zephyr realized that another girl had been tied up there before her. That girl, having lost all hope, had written her name on the wall. When Zafar realized she might not be able to escape either, she still tried everything she could to free herself. But Hader didn't move. She just lay there quietly because she had already tried everything before and had given up. Exhausted, she stayed silent. Meanwhile, Tucker sat calmly above the deck, fishing as if nothing had happened. Zafar asked Hader, "Will anyone come looking for you?" Hader replied, "There was a boy with me. He was supposed to find me, but something terrible happened to him on this boat." Hearing this, Zafar realized Tucker must have done something awful to him too. Then Hader asked her, "Will anyone come looking for you?" Zafar answered, "Maybe, but not anymore." But her friend was still thinking about her. He went back to the beach again and saw that Zafar's van was being taken away somewhere. He found it strange. That's her home, he thought. If the van's gone, where is she staying? His worry kept growing. So he went straight to the police station and started searching for Zafar. Meanwhile, after struggling all night, Zafar couldn't break free and sat there, exhausted. That's when she noticed something: the clothes Hader was wearing. Zafar noticed there was a wire attached to Hader's clothes. She tried to use that wire to unlock her handcuffs. Just then, Tucker came down with some bread and water for them. Since the room was very hot, Hader quickly grabbed the water and drank it. But the way she tried to cover herself with a sheet made Tucker suspicious. Before he could check under the sheet, Zafar distracted him by saying, "Give me my food, I'm starving." She also drank the water he gave her. Tucker scared them a little and then left. As soon as he was gone, Zafar tried again to free herself with the wire, but slowly her eyes started closing because Tucker had mixed sleeping medicine in the water. Before she could escape, she passed out. Both she and Hader fainted. When Zafar woke up, she found herself tied to a chair, while Hader was restrained with belts and straps. Tucker had set up a camera in front of them. He was recording everything, calling it a shoot. Then he cut Hader's hair and started talking nonsense. He said, "The guard isn't above, it's below in the water," referring to the sharks as his guards. He claimed sharks weren't bad, that humans were the real monsters for hurting them. Then he poured something that attracted the sharks into the water. Using a rope, he lowered Hader down toward the water. As Hader struggled, the sharks attacked her. Tucker filmed everything on camera. Zafar, seeing this happen in front of her eyes, was horrified and heartbroken. She cried and wrote her and Hader's names on the wall. Then she noticed there weren't just 2 names but many. The walls were filled with names of other girls. It meant Tucker had done this many times before. He wasn't just disturbed, he was a serial killer who had targeted many tourists. On a nearby shelf were dozens of tapes. Each tape had the name of a girl and a lock of her hair attached to it. A new tape was now labeled Hader, and Zafar was meant to be next. Later, we see parts of Hader's belongings floating in the ocean, a painful sight. Meanwhile, Zafar's friend, still searching for her, found her surfboard on the beach, which made him even more worried. He thought, all her stuff is still here, and where is she? That night, Tucker came back with more water and bread, but Zafar, filled with anger, kicked the tray and shouted at him, "You think you're a shark? You're not. You're just a disgusting coward." Her words enraged him, and he stormed away. Zafar then broke a metal bucket and sharpened a piece into a weapon, knowing Tucker would return. When he came near her again, holding an injection, Zafar quickly struck him in the neck with the sharp piece. He staggered backward in pain. Zafar grabbed his keys and unlocked herself. She ran up to the deck and tried to send a video message for help, but there was no response. She saw another boat at a distance and started shouting for help, but there was loud music playing. They couldn't hear her. Just then, Tucker came up again. Zafar grabbed his camera, his most precious thing, and threw it into the water. He panicked, and in the chaos, She also jumped into the sea, trying to swim toward the nearby boat. But midway, she started feeling weak. The tranquilizer from before was taking effect. Tucker caught up to her and pulled her back onto the boat. Now, his camera was gone, so he couldn't record her anymore. Zafar realized this might save her. If he couldn't film her, he wouldn't harm her yet. Tucker tied her up again and drove away in his truck to get a new camera. Meanwhile, the police were also searching for Zafar. Her friend, still restless, reviewed the CCTV footage and saw Tucker's truck parked near Zafar's van. The truck had a logo that said Tucker Experience. Using that clue, he tracked down the exact location. He finally reached the boat. As he stepped inside, he heard Zafar's muffled cries from below. He broke the door open, and at last, he found her. Zafar was overwhelmed with relief when she saw him. Zafar's was shocked. How had he managed to find her in such a remote place? It seemed impossible, especially since she had left without telling anyone, and he had no clue where she was. But it turned out her friend had been right all along. Maybe they were meant to meet for a reason. Zafar told him, "Go upstairs quickly, find something to cut these ropes, and call the police right now." Her friend rushed upstairs to make the call, but unfortunately, Tucker caught him midway. The call had already connected, but before he could speak, Tucker smashed the phone. A struggle broke out. Tucker injured him badly, but Zafar's friend fought back fiercely. He attacked Tucker and almost overpowered him, until suddenly Tucker's helper appeared and struck him from behind. The helper had no idea what Tucker had really been doing to people. But when he saw Zafar screaming for help, he finally understood the truth. Sadly, it was too late. Tucker hit him on the head with a heavy object, killing him instantly. Realizing things were getting risky, Tucker decided not to stay near the shore. He started the boat and headed toward an isolated island, tying up Zafar's friend beside her. Zafar's friend tried to talk to her, perhaps to comfort her, but before he could finish, Tucker returned and dragged both of them up to the deck. He had decided that one of them had to die. He needed another recording. He threw his helper's body into the water, which attracted sharks, then lowered Zafar's friend toward the sea using a rope. Surprisingly, the sharks didn't harm him because he stayed completely calm, just as Zafar had once advised. If he had panicked, things could have been much worse. Frustrated that his plan failed, Tucker tried another cruel method. He made several cuts on Zafar's friend's body and then lowered him into the water again, leaving him with little chance of survival. Just then, Tucker noticed a helicopter approaching. It was the police, searching for Zafar. In a hurry, he dragged both captives back below deck and tied them up again. Zafar's friend survived the sharks, but his condition was critical due to blood loss. Seeing him like that, Zafar became desperate to break free. She tried everything to pull her hand out of the handcuffs, but failed. Finally, she made a painful decision. She dislocated her thumb to slip her hand out. The pain was unbearable, but it worked. Just then, Tucker entered the room, planning to sedate her again. But Zafar quickly outsmarted him, dodged his attack, and escaped from the room. Zafar locks Tucker inside the room, but Tucker is clever. He knows another way out. Zafar quickly runs upstairs and starts the boat, trying to escape. But Tucker gets out through the other passage and shuts down the whole system. With no option left, Zafar confronts him. After a fierce struggle, she jumps into the ocean, swimming toward a nearby island where a wedding is taking place. But the situation is terrible. Her hand is bleeding, sharks are in the water, and Tucker is chasing her in a small boat. Despite the pain, she uses every bit of strength and finally reaches the island shore. But before she can react, Tucker catches up, knocks her unconscious again, and takes her back to the boat. This time, he realizes that Zafar herself is the real threat, not her friend. So he ties her up, hanging above the water, while he straps her friend to a chair. Suddenly, a giant white shark appears near the boat, scaring away the smaller sharks. Tucker smiles. Today's recording is going to be his biggest show. He's excited and nervous because when he was a child, he had once been attacked by a white shark. Now, without wasting any time, he lowers Zafar into the water. But Zafar is still alive. Tucker throws a spear to provoke the shark, but it accidentally hits near Zafar's ropes, setting her free. She escapes into the water. Underwater, she comes face to face with the massive shark. It swims close, but surprisingly, it doesn't harm her. Instead, it moves away peacefully. Zafar notices a scar on its body, a wound that looks just like hers. That's when she realizes this shark isn't a monster. It's a survivor, just like her. The film delivers its message here. Sometimes humans can be the real dangerous creatures, not animals. People kill without mercy, even when the animals mean no harm. This thought gives Zafar strength. She climbs back onto the boat and attacks Tucker. He loses balance and falls into the water, and this time, the shark grabs him and drags him away. His horrific end is caught perfectly on his own camera, his final recording. But as the chaos continues, Zafar also slips and falls into the ocean. Her friend, watching helplessly, fears she might not survive either. Moments later, Zafar surfaces again, alive but exhausted. She helps her injured friend to safety, proving she's stronger than ever. She lights a flare and signals a passing rescue boat. Thankfully, they see her and rush to help. And just like that, because of her courage and willpower, Zafar manages to save both herself and her friend, bringing the story to a powerful end.